Hello everyone, my name is Sinh. Today I'm going to tell you about short tours. Number 1. First, the speaker introduced Mr. Lee Kim, author of Amazon Adventure. Mr. Kim, a retired lawyer, amateur photographer, and then a writer. Next, Mr. Kim would discuss his travels in the Amazon region, um, on which on which he based his book, and showed and he showed some of photographers he took during his trip. Finally, the speaker suggested hold on to the seats because Mr. Kim had some amazing stories. Number 2, the speaker thanks everyone for taking the time to attend the meeting and should like to get straight to the point. And then she said, all staff members had been making unauthorized changes to the office expense scope, for things such as lunches, taxi rides, not ready to their jobs. Finally, she requests all changes to the office expense scope must be approved by her ahead of time. Number 3. The speaker announced all schools would be closed that day due to the night before snowstorm, and the streets is still icy and dangerous for cars and buses. And she thought all schools would remain closed for several days to get all the streets clean and safe for travel. And finally, she suggested listening to the evening news to find out the following day school schedule. Number 4. The speaker wanted to know if the customer got sports news from television and got tired of all the commercial interruptions on TV. And then she said they didn't have to be annoyed by commercials because her magazine gave the latest sports news without commercial. And then she suggested reading to find out what was happening in the world of football, baseball, basketball, and landball or favorite athletes. Finally, the speaker suggested subscribe that day. Number 5. The speaker introduced his company, and then he said his company would take care of everything, such as reserving rooms, printing schedules, ordering food, and arranging entertainment. And then he said the experienced planners would take the headache out of the conferences, and they guaranteed customers conference would be successful. Finally, he suggested call them for initial free consultations. Number 6. The speaker wants to know if winter weather got down, and then he suggested just the winter blues away by taking a trip to Sunfield, Iceland. And then he said they offered both weekend and week-long packages to the Sunshine Islands. And then he gave the services suggest just a cruise, side resort, and resting at a quiet village. And next, he suggested take a first-paced tour of the Iceland hospitals and opt for a slow-paced luxury visits to the beach because the customer will love their luxury accommodations and their economical prices. Finally, he trusted called that day to book tour. Number 7. The speaker supposed that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. And she said, some people skipped breakfast as part of a weight reducing plan. However, that was not a good idea because people who didn't eat a complete meal, including fruit, every morning actually end up gaining weight, and they feel tired later in the day and compensate for this by eating unhealthy food. And finally, she thought healthy people never skipped breakfast. Number 8. The speaker wanted to know if the health insurance covered or customers' needs. For example, it paid for hospitalization, covered if the customer had an accident far from home, and paid for prescription medicine, and provided coverage for husband or wife or other family members. And then she said, the customers did spend their life worrying as the insurance rates got higher and higher. Finally, she introduced her insurance plan covered or customers' medical expenses at reasonable rates. Number 9. The speaker announced that a new schedule there at Radio 2000 and began that afternoon with 3 standard hours of classic rock music with no commercial interruptions. And then he said, that we followed by an exciting new interview show in which they talked with all favorite rock musicians, both past and current. Finally, he announced that they would have the weather report at 5 before they moved on to a new even news analysis program. Number 10. The speaker announced a protest against the increase in the sales tax had took place in front of the presidential palace the day before, and the protester said the sales tax wasn't fair to business owners and consumers. And then speaker said the newly elected mayor said the increase in the sales tax would help, not harm, small businesses and strengthen the city's economy. And finally, the mayor said the new tax went into effect the following month. Thanks for listening.